So we have a newer Ford Transit with a bad dent in the rear cargo door, a little bit of paint damage as you're seeing right there. Not too concerned with the little chip in the paint there, but he does want the dent out. And this customer was all about the convenience factor, having me come out to do this repair without doing any kind of painting or body work. And he runs a mobile operation where he couldn't afford to have the downtime with this vehicle at a body shop, so he decided to use Paintless Dent Repair, and we're actually able to repair this dent 100% of the way without affecting this vehicle in the process of repairing it. So the remaining paint stays intact, and all the vinyl lettering stays intact as well. So we're actually using what's called a glue pulling system here, and we're applying tension to both the left and right sides of the damage, and then also pulling it up from the center here with this bridge puller. This is from a company called Cam Auto, and they provide some really awesome tools to allow us to perform these types of repairs in this manner. And we're actually using alcohol as a releasing agent for that glue, as you just saw right there. And this is what we have left after the glue pulling. It's still a pretty nasty dent, but we did get a lot of that up, that really nasty part up. But we're gonna go and get the remainder out with this Paintless Dent Repair rod and go through one of the factory openings here and just kind of pushing that metal slowly manipulating it back into position. And that's why this is such a tedious task. I mean, it just takes a lot of skill, time, and effort to kind of mold and shape this metal back into position. And we actually even go as far as bending certain rods in certain directions so we get the right angles and pushes to manipulate that metal the way we want. And that's just part of Paintless Dent Repair. We improvise when we can and use whatever we have at our expense to be as efficient as possible. And you can see we still got quite a bit of ways to go here with that distortion that you're still seeing in the light reflection there. And as a final touch, we like to apply some primer to the back side of the panel where we were pushing. Just many hours of pushing on that same spot. Sometimes we put a couple little gouges in the back side of the paint there, and this just prevents any kind of corrosion. And here's our final outcome, and came out awesome. As you can imagine, we had a really satisfied, really happy customer. And there's that little break in the paint from the initial impact, which still remains, and almost looks like a little paint flaw from the factory. But a customer basically stated to me that that was the least of his worries, and he was willing to live with that and be okay with it. It is a work vehicle, all in all, but it is a newer work vehicle. Put a lot of hard work into getting this vehicle, and you wanted to keep it as nice as possible. And here's a look at some of the tools that we used to do this repair. We have a couple well-known brands in the industry: Kiko, Stanliner, Ultra. These are companies that we look to make some really high-quality products for us to do these types of repairs to the highest levels possible. And having the right tools, I think, in any industry is somewhat critical for sure. My name is Bryce Kelly with Central Florida Dent Repair. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. Have a good day.